.3 came out of beta today, so I thought it's a good time to show how I use Stepwise for harmonic generation. This does require you to know your scales or a couple chords, nothing complicated, just some triads, some sevenths, some ninths, nothing crazy. You don't need to know them by heart, but the better you know them, the faster you work. So what we're going to do is turn Stepwise into first a 16-track sequencer, okay? Before you do that, you want to decide what you want to make. Okay, I already decided I'm going to make a key patch. So I'm going to put everything on a 16th note. And what's important to remember when you use Stepwise or any Bitwig device is these devices do not exist in isolation. The device is Bitwig, and Stepwise isn't going to work well without other MIDI effects and modulators and all the stuff Bitwig comes with because it's a piece of Bitwig. So we're doing Bitwig stuff with Stepwise. I'm going to do something I like to do with the strum, and I'll show you how to set this up. So let's turn that off for now. We'll pick a key. We'll just leave it in C. We'll go C minor. There, I have an octave. Now, I'm going to group it, duplicate it, 16 tracks. This one gets a note transpose. It's an octave up. Now, instead of leaving everything in this range, I'm just going to put another note transpose on the end and remove the whole thing. Let's just go 2 octaves up for now. In my head, I know these are my bass notes and these are my extensions. So when I start to plan out my modulation, I can think about things in terms of instruments, right? Like maybe this top one here, that's my right hand. This is my left hand. So I could put an arpeggiator up here and it's playing a little right hand melody as I play bass notes down here. Simple as that. Think about it in terms of how you would write music in real life. And this will start to generate itself really fast just through your head. So let's make a little progression. And then if I want to hold the chord, I'll just use a MIDI device to do that. So real simple chord progression, not utilizing this upper range as much. Turn on the strum, align it with Stepwise, those 16th notes. We'll go 4. We got this nice little pattern. We'll keep, actually, I'll make it like that. Yeah. So we're only playing one note at a time because of the stride. I'll turn this up to 4 because I have 4 notes. We're going to do this like guitar style arpeggiation type thing. So we're going to take a modulator of any device. Okay, so I'm going to modulate the stride. Oop. And that's going to change the number of notes being played at one time. So it's like I'm holding the chords on the guitar, but the strum is changing the amount of notes being played, even though I'm still holding the notes. They're just not being played. Neat, right? If you don't want to memorize your scales, save this as like C minor, stepwise, and then I'd say like 16 track. I'm going to group it. I'm going to right click my new group, convert it to a note effects layer. So there's my sequence, solo active layer. So I know I'm in C minor. I want to generate a pattern that's different from this first one, but still harmonic. And what's cool about this is I'm going to be able to generate structures with varying tensions. So I know C minor is my home key. This one could be, it could feel really tense, or it could feel like it has a lot of resolve. And that's how I can organize these. I can say like, oh, this is the really tense one. And then I can make a new one. And I can say, this is the one that resolves a lot, right? So if we're in C minor, we could just make an F. All right, you can hear my CPU breaking up a little bit, but that's not as bad when I'm not trying to capture audio video from Bitwig. But there you go. Harmony with Stepwise is really an endless thing. It's all about how you approach it theoretically. You don't have to get complicated, but you can ask yourself, like, what if this stepwise is a chord? And what if this stepwise is a scale? And maybe you have another stepwise that is like a relative mode, and then you can just kind of mash those three together. Just get experimental with it, pretty much. Show an interest in theory, don't fear it. Okay, I'm going to put this project file on my Patreon. It's only $2 a month if you want to check it out. You can also support me by checking out my music. Leave a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.